All right, we have the seat out, so I'm going to start finding in the stack here the right parts. So these are marked passenger seat cushion. So I obviously need that. There's going to be a headrest, which I think is that one. Front seat, front head support. All right, so we have seat cushion, head support, and we'll need the back. I think it's going to be, I'll find that here in a second. So anyway, again, you don't have to pull the seat. I just pulled this one anyway because I wanted to clean under it. And underneath, you'll see the 3 connectors we just covered. This little tab. All right, let me find the right pieces. We'll get started. All right, so this material that I mentioned earlier, it's not called Toyota Tex. It's called Softex. S-O-F-T-E-X. Softex. It is not leather. It's kind of a synthetic leather, I guess you would call it. So I'm just digging in the stuff. Little tool bag. It's got a tucking tool. I'm not sure if I'll need that. And some clips. So I'm just going to kind of have these over here ready. All right, so I've got the seat bottom. Looking at it, it appears this side just has a kind of a round piece, I'm assuming, that's going to tuck down in here. That's going to hold that in place. And then the other side is going to have a hook. And I got to let my dog in because she's going bananas. Come here. Let's show everybody your pretty face here. Come here. Come on. Come here. All right, let's get started. So, I'm just going to kind of start. Let me make sure you can still see what's going on here. Again, you don't have to pull the seat to do this. I was doing this anyway to clean under it. So let me start with, this obviously has to tuck underneath here. So let's get this started. And again, I'm just kind of shoving this underneath the back side here. Now, my theory is this goes behind here. I'm going to shove that down in there. Okay, so this looks, let's just call it about right. I've got something stuck right there. I think I need to shove that on through. Okay. I think this needs to go down a little more. That probably needs to go behind here. So let's try this. I think all of these need to go down through here. Okay, so there's a buckle. Make sure I'm getting everything through here that needs to be through. Okay, let's see. I'm not entirely sure that needs to go through there. Well, I think it can. Just try to keep this straight. I believe this is going to tuck down in behind that. That's why I'm putting these straps through here. Okay, so there's one. Two, three cookies. All right, here we go. Little Cookie Monster joke there for those who might get that. I don't know. Or is that the count? Maybe that was the count. I don't remember. Maybe it's a combination of both. Cookie Monster and the count. All right, so this appears that it just goes, so there's a strap. Let me make sure you can still see what I'm doing here. Yep. It's just a strap, and this would go underneath, or I should say above, the seat track. That's going to pull this side down. Let's tuck this. Let's tuck this behind here. I think this tucking tool is probably what this was intended for. I don't know. At least that's what I'm calling it. Okie dokie. Now, we should have corresponding straps back here, connectors. So let's go, let's try this one. I don't like that routing. Let's go up through here and behind all this good stuff. I don't want to interfere with the connectors and all that stuff. All right, so I think we might be okay there. It's all, once I have this where I know where it needs to be, I'll probably trim that. Okay, Ruby. All right, let's see. We've got two more of these. So let's find the next one. I think I have it. Oh, I think it's stuck in something. Maybe I should flip it this way. All right, so let's work on the rest of these connections. Be handier if that flap was out of the way. Okay, so here's another one. Just found that. That's going to go to this one. And just like the other one, in fact, I think I'm going to route this underneath this bar. Not sure what this bar does, but let's go under it. Oh, catching the wire. Let's not catch the wire. I'm just going to tell you right now, you don't have to pull the seats to do this, but I believe it would make your life a lot easier if you did. That's not going to work either, because you're not going to really be able to see what's going on under here with the seat in the car. Okay, so that's got that piece. All right, so we just dug out another connector here, which is going to go to this one. So just like the other, let's route it under all of this stuff. Make sure we're not catching on anything weird. Things that have to move when you adjust the seat, that kind of stuff. All right, looks like we're probably good there. Let's maybe, okay. I think we're okay there. All right. Now, we have this one left. Same deal, let's try to route it so that we're not catching on anything that moves. So I don't want to just go over that. Let's see. It's kind of hard to get my hand in here in some places. No, shove! Ow! I've got a twist. Let's see if I can get the twist out of it. Okie dokie. I still have a twist, I believe. All right, so that covers the 3 straps, right? Now we still have this piece here that's going to require a hook. Whoops. We got to put this back in place. How did this go? Was it here? I think so. Don't you love it when you find something that you kind of forgot to reconnect? I think that's where that went. Was it farther up? Was it up here? Maybe. Definitely tighter. All right, so in our little bag of goodies, we have these hooks. And how does this work? Not sure if you can see. I probably should have zoomed in before. So where we're at. 3 straps, and now we're on this side. I'm trying to figure out how to use this little hook. How does that work? Oh, it does open. All right, so this has a little gap. Looks like I need to slide that through. Okay. Now we have a hook on our elastic connection here, which is going to go over here. Let's go right here. That's just going to hold that side. Okie dokie, let's flip it over. Let's see what we got. Looks pretty good. I think we could do better here. Let me just notice there's a Phillips head screwdriver. Or screw, rather. Phillips head screw. Maybe if I take this loose, still see. You can still see. Again, we're on the passenger seat. Let's see if we can tuck this down and still get our screw in. Kind of. All right, so what does that hook on? That needs to be behind there. That comes up here. Okay, so there's a little tab. Get that behind there. All right, the first one's always the hard one, right? The second one will go much faster because we'll already know what we're doing. Okie dokie. That's the seat bottom. Looks pretty good. Now let's move to the back. All right, now when I meant back, I meant seat back, not the back seat. All right, so this one, very important. This has a little door for the side airbag for it to get out of there. So make sure you put this on the right side. Right side is in correct side. All right, on this one, we have a zipper. Okay, now, let's see. Looks like this is going to tuck through. So let's slide this over. I've already got the headrest off. Our little airbag door back in there. Just trying to get the holes in the top for the headrest to line up at this point. And I believe I've got it. All right, so this probably looks like it needs to shove through. We may need to go underneath and pull that through. So I believe we can go ahead and try to zip. Okay, that zipped up pretty easy. Okay, so our back is on. Let's dive underneath. Make sure I'm not getting in your way. So I probably should have left this loose. Let's disconnect that one. Let's disconnect that. Let's take this back off because we need to find the other parts we shoved through. I'm just making sure I push those all the way through. I can see, I think, some of it. There it is. All right, let me turn this over. That might make it easier. Okay, didn't we start here? Oh, here we go. Here's the rest of it. All right, let's put this back up here. Let's find our center strap. Now, this is the back. 2 more clips. These little guys right here. See how that opens up? And let's get one of these on here. Let's come up here and hook it to a seat spring. You know, that's a good idea. We can take these. Let's just take these and hook them under here. We don't have to cut them. I'm not sure if I should cut them or not, so let's not cut them. We'll just kind of stuff it all under here. All right. Here's the other piece. Okay, let's flip it over. Oh, wait a minute. Slow down. Let's hook that right there. Looks pretty good. These are probably going to have some wrinkles where it was packed. I think that's what I'm seeing through here. Let's find the headrest. I don't remember which side the button. All right, it's on the inner part. Let's put the headrest cover on. It does have Velcro, and it appears to go this way. Now, as I stated in the beginning, I'm not putting these on to hide defects. I'm putting these on to basically, hopefully, create a smoother surface for my wife to slide out. These are slicker than the factory. You know what? It would be easier to do this with it off. These are slicker than the factory seats, the Softex. Now, if you have bad seats and you're looking to hide bad seats, this is a great option too. I think on these I'm going to just like squish it, pull, make old man noises. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Looks good. Yes. So again, you don't have to pull the seats out to do this. If you have power seats, maybe you could raise yours up. Make it easier, but I would pull the seats. It's 4 bolts, guys. Just pull the seats out. 3 connections, 4 bolts, simple tools. It's going to make it a lot easier for you. All right, the passenger side is back in. It's just a reversal of the process. Reconnect your connectors, 3 of those. Zip tie that little harness to the tab I showed you. 4 bolts. You're done. Looks good. All right, we're going to move to the driver's seat. And as I mentioned before, pay attention to the airbag, the side airbag labels. Those are always going to match the side airbag label on the seat. If you can see, anyway, the upper seat. There's that airbag label. You want to match that to the side of your seat. I'll try to get a little better perspective on this one. We'll try that maybe. We'll see. So, I don't know if that's going to be any better or not. So, based on the passenger side, I think on this one I'm going to start with the back rather than the bottom. Excuse me. All right, so let's make sure things are lining up. So basically what I'm doing here is just lining up the holes for the headrest. Making sure those are lined up. And let's zip. The inner side of the seat is going to have a zipper. And you simply zip it, just like that. All right, now these flaps here, we're just going to shove these through. And I'm kind of grabbing the, I don't know, feltish portion, the bottom, and I'm shoving that through first, because you're going to need to grab that underneath. And these sides are a little more finicky. So next we're going to flip it. Pull this off. Actually, next I need to put it on its side. That way I can see. See, there's our flap. So I'm just going to pull that through. And did the other side make it? I don't think so. Let's see if I can see any part of that. Barely. Now, let me grab some pliers. Grab the tip of that. All right, so other than the headrest, the back is finished. We're zipped. All right, so I'm not doing anything else. Let me find the seat bottom. An important note, these are labeled. All right, kind of the same deal. I'm going to start at the back and push these clips through first. Might help to use two hands to open up the gap there. All right, so again, we're going to go on the side. And find our clips. Pull that through. So this is kind of how things look. There's the flap of the seat back. Here's the clips for the seat bottom. Just going to try to shove that seat back through some more. On this front part, these are going to work between here. One more. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do next is work this behind here. All right. And this side's going to be just like the passenger side. This channel here is going to tuck behind this panel. Make sure you can still see. I'm moving around, so. All right, so I still have some pulling to do on the back and here on the front. Now this does come with a tool to help push this back behind here, but I don't think I've needed it yet. Maybe. Probably a spot where I've needed it, but let me see if I can pull this part some more. So right now I'm pulling on the seat bottom cover. I'm going to go around and check on that. I think we're good there. This one needs to come this way some. A lot of pulling. Pulling, tucking. Just keep pulling and tucking until everything's tight. All right, so let me go around to the other side. I believe we're good there. All right, I think we are ready to start strapping things. Probably have a little bit of fine tuning once I get everything together. I don't know if I landed. I probably flipped this on the wrong side, but that's okay. All right, so very important that when you route these straps, you need to think about seat movement, because you're going to be adjusting the seat back and forth and up and down, and you don't want these straps getting in the way of movement. Let's see, probably, yes. Or wires. You don't want these getting in the way of wires either. And try to keep everything flat and straight. All right, so I don't think anything that I've done so far is in the way of wires or movement. I'm pretty sure. I'll check it before I bolt it down, probably. So once you have these straps tight, you can go back to working this back seam. All right, I think I need to flip it the other way, or maybe not. Or on its back. Let's try its back. So we have this side. We certainly can't go under here because your seat is going to move independently of the seat track. So we need to hook this somewhere that clears the seat track. I think that will work. I'm just going to kind of leave that right there. All right, so let's what are you seeing now? Anything? All right, so that comes first. All right, so this is this factory piece here, part of the seat back, I believe. So we're just going to tuck this right back in here where it was. So just pay attention to how this comes off. It's super easy. That's hooked back up. And let's kind of tuck some of these out of the way under here. Could cut those, but I don't want to cut them in case I need to readjust. So I'm just going to kind of stuff them under the seat spring. Okay, so there's that. All right, so here's our seat back. I've already put the clips on, and I'm just going to come up here, just kind of pick a seat spring to connect to, like that. Now, let me let the dog in. Come on, Ruby. Come on, Ruby. All right, so now we have this piece from the side. I'm just going to bring this up, kind of under that. I think we're almost finished. Probably have a few adjustments here and there. What you doing, Ruby? All right. All right, looks good. So let's put the headrest on. Let's find a headrest cover. And our pile of goodies here. So I'm going to just move that back. This is super easy. All right, so pretty sure these pretty much match the headrest. If you look at there's a narrow side and a wider side. It helps if you unvelcro them there. So these narrow stitching, this should be the back. Let's see if I'm right or remember correctly here. These just slip on. Super easy. They are a little bit of a fight. They're tight, nice and tight. You don't want them to be loose. Or they wouldn't look good. So everything is good and tight. Let's pull our Velcro straps out. Hold that tight. Now this has been in the package, so it's going to have some wrinkles here and there. All right. I'm going to bolt this in, then we're going to move to the back. And according to my timer on my clock, or my camera, that was about 20 minutes. I may or may not cut some of that out. I don't know. So if this is a 20-minute clip, you'll know that I made no edits. All right, that concludes the front seats. I might do a little bit more fine tuning, but that's pretty well where I'm going to be. And let's move to the back. Second row seat cushion. All right. All right, following the same process, check your label on your seat cushion. I think just like the other side, I'm going to start with the back. Let me go find the back. I don't know if the back makes a difference from the front on this one or not. So, all right, we're unzipped. I've already got the headrest off, so let's start working on the cover. Kind of the same thing, I believe I'll do on the, like I did on the front seat you just saw, is just make sure everything lines up. Your headrest holes. Just kind of pulling everything down. All right, so the headrest holes line up, my button to release the seat. The child safety latch thing there. And let me pull. Okay, so this has Velcro on the back. Looks like we got, all right, so I need to zip this. All right, I gotta put this front seat up. Nope, I can't. I'm catching on the catching on the seat bottom that's folded up. All right, so this is just kind of a tug, and it might be easier. Let's see. Where's my latch for this thing? I can't remember. Okay, so no, that didn't help. I gotta get this zipper zipped. Oh, there's where the Velcro goes, all right? So I believe I need to try to push this up from the bottom underneath to catch the Velcro on the back. That would make sense. So maybe I'll try that next. Okay, that was either amazingly easy or I've done something wrong. All right, can I feel that piece? Just about got the zipper zipped. Oh, there it went. Awesome. So if you can't get the zipper zipped all the way, move on to somewhere else and keep tugging. All right, so the Velcro needs to go under this flap. There's a little rubber flap. I know you can't see this, but a little rubber flap here. I want to make sure that goes underneath that. All right, I can feel the Velcro. So let's make sure I get this hooked up underneath. Yeah, the Velcro is in the back, way back there. Okay. I'll bring the camera over here in a minute. So I'm going to roll this under as far as I can and make sure that Velcro grabs. What I'm feeling for is just the latch for the car seat. Make sure I can still have access to that. I'm just kind of blindly working this Velcro together under here. All right, so if the other side was as easy as that. Oh, wrong button, dummy. All right. Cool. So let's see if that still reclines. That still reclines. Still get to our latches for the seat. Headrest holes line up. Whew. All right. Let's move to the seat bottom. Just need to do a camera check and make sure you can still see what I'm doing. Nope. Maybe if I move. Light's in the way. All right, so that might be a little better. Kind of like the front, we have these straps. Let's get our front over. There's a strap on the side. And what I probably ought to do is pull that up. That would make sense. All right, so we got that on. Make sure this is around. Let's pull these around here. Okay, so we got our front straps. Let's connect these. Start pulling those. Make sure they stay straight. This side, I'm just going to connect to this strap that I just connected here. Okay, not bad, not bad. Fairly easy on that one. Let me grab the headrest. All right, so these are going to be basically the same as the front, except you have a bigger flap, and you have to pay attention to the hole right there for your headrest release. So let's work this on. You'll see how your groove here in this headrest is going to match the groove in the seat, or the cover, not the seat cover, the headrest cover. I'll shove that under there. Now, I've already messed up because I've got to work this handle through this hole. Like that. Okay. So our handle's through the hole. Everything's pulled tight. Good and tight. It's German, you know. Okay. That concludes the driver's side rear seat. Let me grab the camera. Oh, what, 11 minutes or so on that one. Not bad. The other side should be the same. Oh, you're too close. There's the headrest. Still folds. This is our seat bottom release. I probably ought to trim those up. And then our button to release the seat. All right, so let's put, I'm going to trim that, either trim these or tie them up, and then, sorry about the light, we're going to move to the other side. All right, there's no great way to film the back seat, so I'm doing the best I can here. It's kind of the same as before. I'm going to start with the seat back. I guess let's put this part down first. This one might be a little bit more of a challenge. The way that's made. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. We got umbrella in the way. Where is... It would be helpful if I had this oriented correctly. All right, let's see. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? All right, this... Surely I don't have these mixed up. I wonder if... where. All right, so that needs to be way over there. Oh, my zipper came off for one. Let's see if I can get that started. Or not came off, but came unzipped. All the way. Let's get that started. Oh, so there's where that goes. Okay, so that's what that hole's for. Now it's making sense. All right, so we got some zippage going. Pull, tug, pull, tug. All right. Got quite a bit of zippage. And almost. All right, we have full zippage. Is that a word? Zippage? All right. So this side really wants to grab this carpet with the Velcro. I'm not sure if it's supposed to or not. This side may be different than the other. We'll find out very shortly. Okay, let's put that up. Again, paying attention to the child seat latches. I don't think, okay, yeah, I think I'm supposed to tuck the Velcro, just like I did the other side. All right. Whoops, I didn't pull the seat belt out. Well, that's no good. Don't forget your seat belt, folks. Okay, that's not right. What are you doing, baby? All right, so there's a reason the zipper was unzipped. Basically, you need to pull your seat belt out and run the seat cover through there before you tuck that around and zip it. So this side's on. I'm going to start with the next part, which is the seat bottom. Then we have two headrests. And I'm not prepared. I got to go back here, get the seat bottom. Ruby wants out of the garage. All right, so same deal. Looks like we're going to have two clips to put on. So let's get the side on. All right, so maybe I should put the other seat bottom up. And of course I put stuff in my way. try this again. So now let's bring that up. And unclip our clips so we can reclip them. Start holding this in place so we can start tugging. So there's one. Where's the other? I think I'm still clipped. Now the seat, oh, still don't have that unclipped. The seats are going to be tighter, as you can see. As I move one, the other moves. You're adding material between the seats. Aha, there you are. So it is going to be tighter. All right, so there's two of those. And then I'll go get two clips. Now there should be, let's pull this and this way. And this is going to come over here. Oh, I missed a strap. Got to disconnect it. I thought there was another one. Right, so let's pull this tight. Man, that lines up right on that metal latch. So let's go under it. Or through it, I should say. All right, so this is not tightening. Got a little bit of disconnection here. All right. All right, so what I should have done is put this little metal clip on there. Before I started this. But that's okay. Let me go get a couple of those metal clips. So overall, I'm very happy with the appearance and the fit of these. They're going to be tight because they're supposed to be. You don't want sloppy loose seat covers. And it's going to take some time to put them on, as you can see. Now basically all I did was just take the metal clip and just kind of flatten that out some. I'm going to bring this here and just hook it on that. And I'll do the same. Old man noises. Let's do the same here. And I'll just take the pliers and tighten that up. I don't remember if I did this one or not. I don't think I did. I did on the front, for sure. Okay. Just kind of bring this here. Tie these off. cut them if you wanted, but I'm just going to leave them as they are. All right, and this one, maybe I'll just kind of tie it behind itself. Okie dokie. All right, so let's put these down. I've got some seat belt latch interference here, I think. Yes. Let me get a light. Was the seatbelt latch. All right. Let's make sure we keep our strap handy for our, pull the seat up. Man, that's dirty. I need to clean that. All right, so I need to figure out this part next. Like I said, you're adding material between the seats. They're going to be tighter in this gap here. So if you're folding your seats up and down and moving them and folding them, you're going to have to do some retucking to get that back in together and to get your seat belt latch. Don't forget your seat belt. All right, so I'm going to grab the armrest cover and we'll do that next. Okie dokie. Now, time for the cup holder. The center armrest. Just match up the hole with your cup holders. That's why I had cup holder on my mind. So let's tuck that under there, let's tuck that through there. Kind of the same deal as the seat bottom. You're going to tuck the Velcro up through. And then grab that under here. Tuck, 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 tuck. Come on, tuck it. I think I've got it. Some of this is done by feel. I'm just going to grab it and start pulling. So I've got that. Grab that and Velcro. I think I had it too tight. All right. Cool. All right. Untucked a little bit there. All right, let me try this again. Oh, I think I got more through that time. That was the problem. Okay. All right, there's the armrest. Very good. So one piece I didn't show putting on was the armrest cover. But how do they look?